Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm really, really hoping this works. I hope beyond hope that this works because I don't think I've ever done live stream and also a scheduled stream at the same time. So the scheduled stream is on Friday night, as always. So hopefully you're not seeing that description. You're seeing the description that is meant to be seen right now. But I'm going to go ahead and double check just to make sure that this is working correctly. Otherwise, I'm going to be very, very sad. And also, I don't have my headphones in right now. So apologies if you happen to hear. Oh, no, it worked. Oh, my goodness, it worked. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, cool. Whoo! That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing that it worked. Okay, let me double check the book of face. Okay, good. Yes, 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 it's working. So, whew. All right. So if you read the title or didn't read the title or didn't read the description, my author copies of my book, How to Read Tarot, came in just now. Literally just now as I was writing an email to Jenna Matlin, talking about her coming on my live stream and me going on her live stream. Like, I'm not even joking with you. I was writing the email and then my buzzer rang, and yeah. So this is quite literally happening right here and right now. This is the reason why it's not a scheduled thing. It's not Friday night. It's not a Friday night live stream. This is live reaction to me opening the box that contains my author copies of my book. So if I'm getting emotional, it's because I am, in fact, emotional. If I look like a train wreck right now, that's because I am a train wreck right now. No piercings in my ears, messy hair, sweatshirt. Like, this is the author's dream, right? Okay. So if you're watching right now, please let me know, that you're watching and where you're tuning in from. I would love to hear it. I'm also kind of monitoring that this is working. Yeah, I think it's working. Hold on. I also want to share this with my peeps without switching over to, yes, okay, cool. Okay, it's working. Yay, it's working. Switching over to, sorry about that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use the share function here. Okay, cool. I think it worked. I hope it worked because I want to share this with everyone right now. Okay, cool. Oh, Zuri is here. Hi, Zuri. Welcome to a very surprise edition of the live stream. Yeah, so let me look at the description. Yeah, I think I just popped in, my author copies came in. Let's do an unboxing, first impressions. Like, literally, Mr. Tarot by Hillary went out to go get lunch and he just walked in. I haven't opened this box yet, but I basically said to him, like, I'm doing a live stream right now. And yeah. Thank you, Zuri. Thank you. All right. Let's open it up together. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I was also going to do this to my Instagram page. Actually, let me do that. Let me put that on the. Oh, I said Instagram instead of the gram of Insta. Oopsie. All right. Let me. Oop. Didn't want to do that. All right. Let's see. Let's see if I can adjust these things. Do it for all platforms. Shout it out into the world. All right, let's do this. Let's do this stuff. Where's my stylus? There we go. Okay. I am gonna do this. Put this on the gram of Insta because it's important. It's important. You know, if and when I publish another book, which I'm sure that's going to happen, I'm sure I will. This is not going to be my first. This is not going to be my last book, shall I say? But this is my first book, so this time will never come again. So I'm trying to appreciate and take in the moments. Like, I'm not even joking with you. Literally, I went over to my publisher's page for the landing page for my book in order to send it over to Jenna in preparation for doing like live streams with each other. And so that tab is still open. So it's kind of hilarious. Did I even send the, yeah, I did. I sent the email. Good. Like, I'm not even joking with you. I was in the middle of writing an email to Jenna Matlin, and here's another surprise for you. So not this Friday. This Friday we're doing spooky story time with the Blue-Nosed Witch. That's a Halloween tradition that we do every time. Before I get ahead of myself, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing this to the gram of Insta. Otherwise, I will forget, folks. I will. Ooh. Okay. Add a title. My book came in. That's the title. My author copies are here. All right. Title is added, and let's go live on the gram of Insta. I'm glad I have my charger cable. Whew, okay. All right, let's let that propagate. Hello, everyone on the gram of Insta. I'm also broadcasting over on my Tube of You page or my Book of Face page, so you can go on over there too. But welcome. I received my author copies of my first book, How to Read Tarot, from Flame Tree Publishing. Let's open it together. There, done. Okay, we're caught up. So, yeah, really, really quickly, this Friday on the regularly scheduled live stream, we will be doing our spooky story time, an annual Halloween tradition of The Blue-Nosed Witch by Margaret Embry. And that is just something we do on Halloween in honor of Halloween. And actually, my copy of The Blue-Nosed Witch is right over here. I found it. So that is, there you go. Very, very dog-eared, folks. Very, very dog-eared. But that is a Halloween tradition. So that's happening this Friday. And then next Friday, November 4th, I believe, we are going to have, we're going to have Jenna Matlin on the show. So Jenna Matlin is also known as the Queen of Wands Tarot, or used to be. And she has a book that's just come out, or is coming out, called Will You Give Me a Reading, I think is the name of the book. So, yeah. All right. Are we ready? I've got my scissors here. I didn't even hold up the box. The box is next to me. Don't want to dox myself on the air, but here's the box. Here's the box. Here's the box. Which way is up? Here we go. Okay, it's on my lap. And you're going to get some ASMR of me opening this, and hopefully I don't end up putting a nice big scissor mark into my author copies. That would really, really suck. Hello to Real Sista on the gram of Insta. All right, opening. Oh, I should probably pin pin a comment on there so people like know what's going on. My author copies have arrived. All right, posting and pinning. Cool. All right, now we're ready to go. All right. Okay, where was I? All right, I opened up mid. Let's open up the sides. And ooh, okay. All right. All right, putting this down on the floor. Lots of packaging. Oh my God, guys. They're here. They're here. They're here. They're real. They're real. They're real. They're real. Oh my God. I didn't think they would be this big. Oh my. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my God, guys. It's a book. It's a book. It's a book. It's a book. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Have you guys been getting your books yet? Because like I think the funniest story was that someone commented and said, you know, your book has arrived, but I haven't really gotten a chance to like deep dive into it yet. And I'm just like, what do you mean your book has arrived? I haven't gotten my author copies yet. What the hell? So I reached out to my publisher and I was just like, just checking in. Just wondering when, like, if there's anything else I need to do, any other approvals, or, you know, and when should I be expecting my author copies? And, oh my God, guys, guys, it's real. It's real. It's real. So I didn't know how I was going to feel. And I think I was more emotional finding out that my book was in other people's hands instead of my own. Because that's when I cried. Happy tears. But like, look at the back. Oh my God, it's so freaking pretty. And also I'm realizing that my coffee table completely needs to be cleared off so I can put my freaking book on it. Let me wave. And here it is. Here she is in all of her glory. How to Read Tarot, Profiles, Guided Exercises, and Reference Charts by Hilary Perry Haggerty. That's me. That's me. So have you ordered it yet? Because you may be getting it sooner than November 22nd. That was the projected publication date. And so that's what I told everybody. And also, you know, numerologically, that was pretty cool too. It wasn't something that I selected, but it was like a happy synchronicity or what have you. So I'm holding my two author's copies. These are the only ones that I've got. So they're mine, and I was yelled at basically by my bestie and told, like, you better keep both of those. Those are yours. So it's like, this is how big, like, I didn't think it was going to be this big. God, it's so pretty, guys. Guys, it's so pretty. Thank you. So yes, no, maybe says, yes, so excited for you over on the gram of Insta. Yeah, it's my book. Okay, so let me put one of these copies down. It's actually very well packed, so thank you. And if you guys are in the United States, your United States distributor for this book is Simon and Schuster. So if you are on the lookout for your copies of my book and you're wondering like where they're coming from Simon and Schuster if you're in the United States. Now, for those of you who are in the UK, the publisher is a UK publisher. It's Flame Tree Publishing, based out of London. And this book is a part of their Gothic Dreams series, or Umbrella, or sorry, not Umbrella, but like their imprint, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the right word. I'm a little bit like overwhelmed right now. So here's front, and here's back, and I'm opening it. Oh my gosh. Even the blank pages are beautiful because it's got that celestial sun and moon. Wow. Ooh, and it's glossy, y'all. Beautiful. 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 Beautiful, guys. We're flipping through this. I'm not going to flip through all the pages of it. And also shout out to my publisher, Josie, my editor, Josie, and the copy editor, Ramona. Thank you so much. Like as a former copy editor, or not necessarily former, I can still hold my own for editing, but you know, like copy editors are worth their weight in gold. So thank you. And thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be in a different section of the publishing process. Wow. This is really, really gorgeous. Look at the table of contents. Look at the table of contents. Look at the table of contents. Guys, shut the front door. So, forward, tarot seeking guidance, cards of the tarot. What is tarot? Tarot decks, major arcana, minor arcana, art of tarot reading, history of cartomancy, benefits of reading, basic 3-card spread, 11-card Celtic cross, choosing your deck, your reading space, interpreting major arcana and interpreting minor arcana, resources, and acknowledgments. So, like, guys, comment. Also, you know, let's make this interactive. What page do you want to see out of the, I don't know, 128 pages? Give me a random page and I'll flip to it. But until then, I'm just going to sit here and flip through my book. Oh my gosh, guys. So pretty. So pretty. And by the way, the forward of this book is from Josephine Ellershaw, who was the author of the international bestseller Easy Tarot. And I read Easy Tarot. I'm damn sure that I read Easy Tarot when I was first starting reading cards. So this is like a very strange full circle moment. And like, I didn't select Josephine Ellershaw to do the forward. I didn't even interact with her, but she provided the forward, and it's amazing. So Joyce is saying page 18. So let's flip to page 18. Page 18 is the start of the chapter on the tarot decks. And so this is what it looks like. There you go. Page 18 and page 19. Like, look at that gloss, y'all. She's glossy. She's shiny. Um, and it actually has a pull quote on it. To make the tarot speak is our objective, but the arcana only speak to those who have learned to understand them. That is from Oswald Worth, from his book Tarot of the Magicians. And really the point of this chapter on the tarot decks is about the main three tarot decks, and then most modern tarot decks that are out on the market are clones of the Rider-Waite-Smith structure. So I talk a little bit about three of them: the Rider-Waite-Smith, the Thoth, and the Marseille. Again, I don't have a lot of familiarity with either Thoth or Marseille. I'm mostly a Rider-Waite-Smith girl, and I do try and talk a little bit about my expertise, and like, I am not a Thoth expert. I can read with the Thoth deck, but it's not my first choice. Don't come after me, Thoth people, okay? And I talk about what are the differences between those three. And when I talk about the Rider-Waite-Smith, I favor using all three names to give proper credit to Pixie, Pamela Coleman Smith, who illustrated the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot based on the instructions of Arthur Edward Waite. So, and where the Rider comes from is it was originally published by William Rider and Son in 1909. So that's where all three of the RWS designations comes from. Because most of the time people refer to it, or they used to refer to it as the Rider-Waite deck. And it's just like, you're not going to say Smith? Like, Pamela Coleman Smith illustrated the damn thing and you're not even giving her credit? It's just like, no. RWS, thank you very much. Yeah. Ooh. All right, I found a mistake. Oh, I found a mistake. Oh, that's all right. Don't come at me. Don't come at me. But Marseille is the third in the designation, not the second. So you've got 1, 2, and then 2 again. So don't come for me. And no, I'm not going to be marking this thing up. Maybe if they ever reprint it. Oh my goodness, these are so pretty. It's so freaking pretty. So Zuri, I know you're here as well. Let me know which page you want me to turn to. Joyce selected page 18, but choose another page and I'll turn right to it. Until then, I'm going to go in order. Oh my God, guys. It's amazing. It's amazing. I know that all parents love their children, but I guess that's true for book babies too. Is it bad that I'm going to like keep this close to hand so that I can refer to my own book and cite my own book when I need to? Because, I remember the structure of the tarot, the cards of the tarot, but sometimes, for some reason, I can't remember which number is associated with like temperance or the devil. Like, I start to have a little bit of a brain fog when it comes to that. So this page 10, cards of the tarot, gives you the numbering of the major arcana and then letting you know a little bit about the minor arcana: swords, wands, pentacles, and cups, ace through 10, and court cards, page, knight, queen, and king. Joyce says you should change where you're sitting because the sun behind you is causing a glare. I really can't. Thank you for letting me know, but I really can't move right now. don't have another place to go. So, but there you go. Can't really move on the fly right now, Joyce, but I appreciate it. And also it's not the sun. That's my lighting. Though I know it's coming from behind me too. If I can move, I would, but I can't right now. So this is my normal desk area. Appreciate the feedback though. So there you go. So, oops. Upasna is asking for a card. We're not doing that right now. This is an unboxing of my author copy of my book, How to Read Tarot, which is out now. So you can purchase it through Flame Tree Publishing or wherever you get your books. How to Read Tarot by Hilary Perry Haggerty. But the card of the day for today, if you're looking for a card, is the Temperance card reversed. And I've put that up in most of my social media. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. Ooh, that's pretty. I feel like that's a very, well, I mean, can it be considered a strength card? It looks very Queen of Wands to me. Can you all see that? What is tarot? It's such a big question. What is tarot? I try to answer it in that chapter. But I mean, if you ever worked with me before, or if you ever read some of my writing on my website, or attended some of my live streams or my classes, or if you're one of my tarot students, you kind of know my philosophy. So this book and the writings in this book aren't going to be a huge surprise to you if you're already in my orbit. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. And it's got new book smell too. Oh yeah. Tarot decks we already turned to. Zuri, hold on, let me display this comment. Zuri wants me to turn to page 82. Okay. Page 82. So page 82 is the part of the chapter on the 11 card Celtic cross. So page 82 has an illustration of the Celtic cross. And actually, that is my own illustration that I put together in Canva, guys. So I just sent it along to them and said, this is how I understand the Celtic cross. Here are the positions, and explaining the positional meanings. And also there's a pull quote on this page from Jamie Elford, my fellow co-host of the Card Slingers Coast to Coast podcast. Let me show that to the gram of Insta there. So the pull quote is, essentially laying cards down and creating meaning from spreads are a lot like reading well-written myths. Both forms of communication capture our imagination. And that's from her book, Tarot Inspired Life. So, you might want to pick up a copy of Tarot Inspired Life. I mean, if you as you flip through my book, you can see some pull quotes of books that I personally find inspiring or educational. So, you're going to see some familiar names in here. Like you're going to see Rachel Pollack in here. You're going to see Ronald Decker in here. Aleister Crowley, of course. That's a really pretty Ace of Swords. Look at that. Look at that pretty Ace of Swords. That Ace of Swords has no business being that pretty. Ooh, I want that deck too. Oh, pretty, pretty. It's definitely pretty, but it's also very useful too. if I do say so myself, which I do because I wrote it. Wow. Any other pages that you guys want me to focus on? And I also have some tips in here too. I have some tips and exercises as well. So you'll see it in this format here. It'll say top tip. So on this particular page, page 47, top tip, pulling one card a day is the best way to familiarize yourself with tarot and with seeing how a particular card can apply in the context of your life as it plays out on a daily basis. And that is from the Art of Tarot Reading chapter. So a lot of the Art of Reading chapter has exercises. Aw, Zuri says, so proud of you. Thank you so much, Zuri. I appreciate it. Like, look at this one. Oh, look at that strength card. I mean, honestly, some of these illustrations that are strengthy in nature are making me like change my mind about how much I don't like the strength card when it comes up in a reading. Of course, we've got a Melissa Sinova on page 35. The aces are the nucleus of each suit, the brain of the swords, the heart of the cups, the backbone of the wands, and the root of the pentacles. And that's from her book, Kitchen Table Tarot. And that is in the Minor Arcana chapter. Guys, this is just so freaking fantastic. It's gorgeous. It's really, really well designed. It's so beautiful. But my hope is that it has great information in it for you and something for everyone too. Like I was just talking to Jenna today, and I said, I hope, like, yes, it is geared towards beginners. I mean, the very name of the book, How to Read Tarot, has a beginner's feel to it. But at the same time, I hope that I put something for everyone in this book, no matter the level of tarot reader you are. And of course, I quoted from Teresa a couple of times, karma, free will, and other folks all play a part in what the future may hold. As readers, we do our best, but must understand that no one can see it all. That's really pretty. It's a really pretty spread. So tell me, have you ordered a copy of this, and have you received your copy of it? Oh, basic 3-card spread, my bread and butter, folks. So versatile. You can do a lot with a 3-card spread. You really, really can. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I have information on breaking in a new tarot deck and your first shuffle and connecting with your deck. And that's something I really fought for to keep in here, because sometimes when you get a new deck, there's nothing with it. You don't know how to use it. You don't know, like, am I doing it right? And, you know, to some degree, it's not even about that. And I think that whole concept of doing it right, or you know, being worried like about doing things the wrong way, I think keeps us from trying new things such as reading tarot or learning how to read tarot. So I try to really put that or bake that into this book so that it makes it like, this is a tome here and it is very beautiful, but I really hope that it makes tarot accessible to those people that have been thinking about reading cards and feeling like, oh, I can't do that, or that's something beyond me, or I should just get my cards read from a professional. Like, that's not doing it for myself is not for me. I hope that this book really helps people that have that in the back of their mind. That it's just like, oh, that's not something for me, or that's not something I'm capable of doing, or I don't want to do it wrong, or, I'm just like, I really, really hope that this book brings tarot to them and allows them to, like, no, get yourself a tarot deck. And I hope I wrote this in here where it's just like, buy your damn deck. Like, you can buy a tarot deck. It doesn't have to be gifted to you, and you don't have to steal it. That's bad karma, y'all. Like, do you know how many tarot decks I've bought for myself that works just as well? It doesn't have to be gifted to you, and you don't have to steal your tarot deck in order to get a tarot deck. Your tarot deck that is bought by you will work. I really, really hope I wrote that. So Joyce said, I'm so proud of you, wishing this book huge success and reach. It is gorgeous, just like you are. Gotta go, and I love you. Love you too, Joyce. Thank you so much for watching. With glowing hearts, says Joyce. So let me wave to them. Yeah, thank you to everyone that's been watching the live unboxing. And if you're here later on for the replay, I also appreciate you. Okay, 6. Oh, this is a good pull quote. Not that it's a pull quote from somebody else. This is my own pull quote. I'm quoting myself here, but I think I've earned the right to do so by having this book that I wrote in my hands. So your reading space, all that is required when reading is yourself and your tarot deck. That's it. Anything else, such as crystals, candles, tablecloths or altar cloths, candlesticks, and salt lamps, are useful and create an ambiance to get you in a good headspace to read tarot, but they are not required. So, oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Wonderful. Wish you were here. Also, a top tip to think about when you're setting up your reading space, it's beneficial to think about your reading space musts. How do they differ between your home base and when you're on the go? And let your reading space evolve. Evolve with you, evolve with your practice. Ooh, I like that deck. Fortunately, so if you're flipping through my book and you see like the illustrations and you're like, wow, that's a really pretty illustration, just flip to the back of the book. That's where all of the citations or the artwork is cited there. All right, I think that's it. I gotta go because I'm hungry. It's lunchtime. And also one final thing before I wrap up. And hello to you, No Soul Left Behind from Florida. Hello. Just wrapping up. When you have a copy of my book in your hands and you are going through chapters such as interpreting the major arcana, that's on page 106, and interpreting the minor arcana. Here you go. Here, very pretty. I do want to remind you that the words that are in this book for the interpretations of the 78 cards of the tarot are not set in stone. And that's okay. No Soul Left Behind. There will be a replay, so you can watch the replay. That is not set in stone. These interpretations in this book are not set in stone. And I do want to flip to where I say that, because I definitely remember writing that. um, here. Here we go. Companion books as a study tool. Companion books are the little white books that come with a deck, are a great resource, but they start to become a hindrance when you find that they conflict with your own intuitive hits or insights. And that's something that I came up when what I came up against when I was first learning how to read tarot was, like, oh, well, this little white book says this, but I'm getting another impression from this. Like, well, clearly I must be wrong and the book's right. Like, no, this is a natural evolution of you forming a personal connection with your tarot deck or with your divination tool. And, like, don't discount yourself and don't discount your own intuition. So thank you so much for following. Nice to meet you. Thank you for following. And also click the bell, subscribe, do all those things. Well, that's my bell. Well, I usually have a bell that I ring. Click the bell, subscribe, etc. So yeah, this can be a scary moment in your tarot learning, but keep going. It is a sign that the voice of your intuition, which sounds very much like you, is starting to speak and use the language of the tarot to its advantage. So, that's actually a progression of your intuitive instincts or abilities starting to, talk in a language that you will understand. And so that might conflict with the little white book or the companion book or even books like mine. So don't discount your own intuition. And so, yeah, I have general keywords and interpretations starting on page 110 to 113. There you go. But again, like, if your understanding of the Hanged Man or the Hanged One differs from sacrifice, new perspective, divine timing, and pause, and it's along that same vein, like, you're still understanding the Hanged Man or the Hanged One energy. Oh my God. Oh my God, Dylan Dilly's here. Holy shit, I'm so happy to catch this live. Like, it's so funny how this happened. I'll tell you later, or you can watch the replay. And you just woke up to this too. Ay. Well, I mean, if I've gotten my copies, then hopefully you're getting your copies soon too. Yes, my book. I got my author copies. So I'm sure Dylan can speak to this, but basically I'm talking about, the chapters of interpreting the major arcana and interpreting the minor arcana. And as you work with the tarot, your understanding may start to deepen, or your interpretation might differ from what you're seeing in a little white book, in a companion book to a tarot deck, or even my book, or other supposed experts' books. And that's not to say that we're not experts on the tarot, but also keep in mind that your intuition is going to speak to you in different ways and may say different keywords than what's in the book. Just because it's different in the book doesn't mean that your interpretation of the cards isn't valid too. And Dylan says, I totally agree. Cool. So unboxing of my first book, How to Read Tarot. Just letting the gram of Insta know there. So No Soul Left Behind says, I'm very new to reading, but I have been tuning into my intuition. Good. Don't discount your intuition. Don't let that, don't let your newness to reading allow you to doubt what your intuition is saying to you, basically. Because there does come a point when you're reading the cards and you might be like referring to a book on what the Three of Swords means, and you're getting something different than what the book is saying. Like, don't discount your own intuition is basically what I'm saying. And congratulations being new to reading, but tuning into your intuition or learning how to tune into your intuition, it's not so much a learning, but an unlearning. Do you know what I mean? So Dylan says the intuition changes based on the situation. Yes, exactly. Context is very important. And No Soul Left Behind says, congratulations. Thank you very much. So like, for example, but here's another thing that I want to mention. And it's something that I see a lot on the Talk of Tick or some other platforms, social media platforms, where there are some readers that like every card means everything. That's not what I'm saying. Tarot does have a structure, okay? And using that structure and learning that structure can be very helpful in your interpretation, but also like if the Three of Swords, if somebody comes onto my feed and says the Three of Swords is about love and about reconciliation, I'm going to call bullshit on that, because that's typically not the energy of the Three of Swords. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? Like the Tower card doesn't necessarily have to be all doom and gloom, and it can be a form of having an epiphany, but it is also a card about breaking things down so that you can build it up again. So use the structure of the tarot, use your keywords, use your interpretations, grow from there, but not every tarot card means everything. Otherwise, it completely negates the meaning of the structure of the tarot. Drives me nuts, by the way. So hold on a second here. There's a couple things coming up. So No Soul Left Behind said, yes, I agree. I always trust my intuition. Took a spiritual awakening to get here. Congratulations. Congratulations to you too, because sometimes people run in the other direction when they get a spiritual awakening. And Dylan says, I love the Tower card and the Wheel of Fortune in the same reading too. Oh yeah. That can be big energy, but you also agree, not every card means everything. You've seen me get heated about that before. And No Soul Left Behind said, exactly. Tower moments can be any divine intervention, good or bad. Agree. Okay. So basically what I'm trying to say here is take these interpretations, but also don't discount your own intuition. Oh, good. I did. I think I did mention this. And also another tip here for intuitive interpretations on page 114. So this is how I teach tarot. So this is the reason why I say this in this book. But if you're drawn to Thoth, use a Thoth. If you're drawn to Marseille, use Marseille. I'm not going to discount that or say, no. I'm just telling you my own experience of the tarot is Rider-Waite-Smith based. That's just honest. So for me, I'm recommending to use a Rider-Waite-Smith or Rider-Waite-Smith based deck when trying to learn the minor arcana. Put the meanings from the Little White Book and your interpretation side by side as you are learning. As your understanding of the tarot evolves, so will your own personal meanings. What's the first word that comes to mind when you look at the card you're trying to interpret, and to which symbols from the card are your eyes being drawn to? That can help also with your interpretation. But there's not a lot that you can glean from a tarot deck that is non-illustrated pips, meaning they don't have a story in the cards. It's just like four wands on a plain background. There's not a lot of imagery there to go on, especially when you're first starting to read tarot. So it can make learning tarot very difficult if you are a beginner to reading tarot. So this is the reason why I'm saying use a Rider-Waite-Smith deck or based deck with illustrated pips, minor arcana. Okay. Dylan says, I do totally agree with that, which is why I tend to not use cards until the end of the reading. So you use the cards at the end of your reading in order to confirm what your intuition has been given during the reading. Correct, Dylan? Let me know. And No Soul Left Behind says, ooh, I get great vibes from you, Hillary. Maybe I can get a reading from you soon. Absolutely. That's Totally. Yeah. That's part of the reason why I do the live stream every week too. Just to let you know, No Soul Left Behind. This is a very special edition of my live stream because this just came in. My book just came in, my author copies. So I wanted to do first impressions. Oh my God, let me cry on the air. But I usually do a live stream every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we talk about different metaphysical topics, not just divination, because I am a practicing witch as well. And this week's episode is actually going to be quite fun because it's a Halloween tradition. And I'm going to be reading from my copy of The Blue-Nosed Witch by Margaret Embry. It's become a Halloween tradition here in Tarot by Hillary land. So tune in then. Tuning in during the live stream is more fun to me than watching the replay, but replays are always available. So, and I've got an archive as long as my arm, maybe even longer because I've been doing this for the past 3 years. Live streaming, that is. I've been reading the tarot since I was 16 years old. So, but yeah, you can find me at tarotbyhillary.com. And that is where you can book a reading with me. Tarot by Hillary, Hillary with one L, except no substitutes. And I'm never going to drop into your DMs to solicit readings because yeesh. Yes. So yes, that's awesome that I wrote a book on it. Yes. It all came about very, very quickly. And I think the story about that is on my website too, where I left my day job of 16 years back in February. In the same week, that was my last week on that job, I signed the contract for this book. So, so I agree. And then, that's also a sign of intuition and divine timing and synchronicity and going with, the baby steps of your intuition, or sometimes the huge leaps of your intuition, and not knowing what the outcome is going to be, but also getting that confirmation and verification from events. So yeah, I think I do one more caveat about the interpretations or interpreting the minor arcana. But the way I structured the minor arcana pip cards, ace through 10, a little bit differently. I also did the court cards in this way too. I structured it a little bit differently. One, because I had a word count that I needed to hit. This book was going to be 128 pages no matter what. So in doing that, I had only a limited amount of space. But what I did that I think differs from other tarot books is that I talk about the energy of the number or the type of card, and then I talk about through the lens of the suit: wands, cups, swords, pentacles. And I think I did structure it wands, cups, swords, pentacles, so that hopefully I didn't transpose any of that, so you have more of a okay, so if you're looking at referentially, you can scroll down to the threes and say the threes are about teamwork, momentum, going forth, and interaction. But the three of swords, you drop down to the swords section: heartbreak, loss, disappointment, what cracks you open. Those were my keywords that I associated with the three of swords in particular. And hopefully I'm not spitting all over my deck here, but I'd liked to put that here, show the gram of Insta. So that way you have kind of a guideline numerologically of how the tarot is structured. So you can talk, and this is another tip that I put in the book. Spread out the threes. Three of wands, three of cups, three of swords, three of pentacles. Look at the differences in the imagery and look at the similarities. Very, very helpful. And then also pull the three of the major arcana too, and see how because the three in the major arcana is the Empress card. Okay, so yeah, I can relate to that. I was an accountant in the construction industry for almost 15 years, and I had a spiritual awakening and it took me on a whole other path. And now I'm paying it forward by helping others heal from past traumas or addictions. I do enjoy reading tarot and exercising my intuition, if you will. And I look forward to hopefully becoming a counselor eventually and writing a book as well. Well, congratulations on all of that. I think it was just meant to be that you came across my feed. Cool. Yeah. And we can talk about that in a tarot reading if you would like. But also, I love reading for other intuitive people or people that are very much acknowledging their own intuition, because it's just more helpful, because it's just like, okay, my intuition is saying this and your intuition is saying this, and I'm just confirming what your intuition is already telling you. There's a lot of readings that I do like that, where it's just like my readings are confirmation readings of your own intuition. Because sometimes we second guess ourselves. That's just a very human thing to do. Okay, so you're an angel card reader, the angel oracle deck. I am not an angel card reader, but you know, whatever tool works for you, I'm big in favor of. Dylan says your book looks so gorgeous. It really is. It's not. Look at it. Is hefty. She hefty. She thick. She glossy. And No Soul Left Behind says thanks. It was meant to be, for sure. I agree. Dylan says, same. It really helps the reading work the best for the querent. And it's beautiful. Yay. Yeah, I think I say it one more time at the end. Yeah, like the tens of the tarot. Completion, endings, and closure. And, you know, to some degree, the wands and the swords are more of an aggressive or not so nice, and then the cups and the pentacles are a little bit more receptive and positive. But you know, all of the tens signal completion, endings, and closure. It's just through the lens of that particular suit. Yeah, so court cards can be difficult to read sometimes. I just didn't know any differently. I just read the cards like the cards. I didn't really break them up in such a way that I had 3 decks in a tarot deck, the major arcana, the minor arcana, and the court cards. I treated the court cards very much like the rest of the minor arcana, and I felt not putting the court cards on a pedestal gave me a little bit of an edge, where it's just like, oh, I didn't know they were a stumbling block. So it made me feel a lot better that I didn't treat them separately, because I think if I had treated them separately, I think I would have gotten more intimidated by them. And I don't. So so yeah. King's exercise. Oh yeah, this is a nice big exercise to do at the end of the minor arcana. Go through each card of the tarot deck in order, starting with the major arcana and then proceeding through the minor arcana, writing down keywords to represent each card's meaning. For the minor arcana, use the order that best fits your own learning style, whether it's the whole of the sword suit or compare and contrast the aces, 2s, and 3s in each suit. If it makes sense to you and is compatible with your learning style, this is preferable to memorization of rote meanings. Like, don't freaking memorize. Like, you don't, like, I think that when I was first learning tarot, I thought I had to memorize. And I did. And I think it really helped me. But at the same time, I feel like memorization can sometimes stunt us when our intuition starts to speak to us. So I'm not sure what that was referring to. And nice to meet you, and you too, Dilly. Dilly. Okay. Yes, and then Resources, I have 2 pages worth of resources. So books, recommended books that I recommend, websites that I recommend, and I also put my website because why not? But some of the books that I recommend are Melissa's Kitchen Table Tarot, Tarot Inspired Life by Jamie, Tarot Diva by Sasha Graham. I actually want to give real big props to Sasha Graham, um, because when her first, so I think Tarot Diva was her first book, and it was fun and approachable. And it made tarot fun and approachable. And this book also includes charms and recipes inspired by the cards. So it can be, sometimes it can be difficult reading tarot to make it, fun. And so her book I really recommend when you're like, oh, like I can't look at another tarot card. Like, take a look at Tarot Diva and like make a meal based on the Hierophant, or we're learning how to use the tarot archetypes in different ways just from something separate than divinatory meanings. Of course, I also include 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack. I think, did I not recommend anything by Mary K. Greer? How dare I? Well, I only had this much room. So I don't think I recommended anything from Mary Greer here, and I apologize, Mary. Jeez. 21 ways to read a tarot. 21 ways to read a tarot card. Very good. Who Are You in the Tarot? That talks about birth cards and year cards. Highly, highly recommend that book. I think it's called Archetypal Tarot now, if I'm remembering correctly. The third edition of that book, like for each edition of that book, they've changed the title. Mary doesn't know why. I don't know why either. So the first edition was Tarot Constellations. The second edition was Who Are You in the Tarot? And the third edition, that's the newest, is Archetypal Tarot. Okay. Let's see. Dylan says, nice to meet you too. I'm so excited to see where you go. I know I'm very bad tarot reader. Yes, I agree that memorization gets in the way of true intuition, or it can for definite. Oh, when did you sneak in? Oya's girl says, I love Tarot Diva. It's so good, isn't it? It's just wonderful. And it's just like, don't be fooled by the cover, because the cover is very like, I think blonde with reflective sunglasses, and then the cards are in the reflective sunglasses. And that could be intimidating in a different way, where it's just like, oh, this is too cutesy for me. It is not a cutesy book. Please look beyond the cover, which authors often don't have control over. Like, this was always the cover of this book. I didn't have control over that. I had control over the words in it, but I didn't have control over which images were chosen or the cover. So, or even the name of the book. The name of the book originally was Tarot, Practical, and Celestial. It turned into How to Read Tarot, but that was not because of me. So don't blame the authors for things that are out of our control. Okay. But yeah, look beyond the cover of Tarot Diva. It's a great book. Yes, Dylan, how could you leave out Mary Greer? I don't know. There's only so much room, but that was not an intentional deletion or omission. So yes, tarot for exactly. Oya's girl, tarot for yourself. Exactly. And Oya's girl also agrees. That's right. It's not a cutesy book. I agree. It's not a cutesy book. All right. So we do have resources on page 124 to 125. And also judgments. By the way, I have so many people to acknowledge. I just didn't have, there was only room on the page for my biography, and not for any like true acknowledgments. But I do shout out Teresa in here. Please tell me I put in the tarot coloring book. Oh my God, I didn't even put in the tarot coloring book. What the hell is wrong with me? Oh no, I put in at least one of Teresa's books. Geez. Tarot No Questions Asked by Teresa Reed, the Tarot Lady. Definitely recommend. I did shout out Mary Greer, but I shouted out her website, especially her work on the origins of cartomancy and the Atelier. But I mentioned in here author of many tarot books such as Who Are You in the Tarot and 21 Ways to Read a Tarot Card. Ha ha, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. I shouted her out. Thank goodness. Jeez. um, and for my own shout out, tarotbyhillary.com for continuing information about the tarot journey. Here's my website. This is the reason why I have the website. You know, you can read more about my thoughts on the tarot that are not included in this book because it's only 128 pages. I knew that I couldn't fit everything that I know about the tarot in one book. So I just have to write another book, right? All right. So yeah, acknowledgments. You know, I talk about Teresa Reed in my bio. I also talk about Card Slingers Coast to Coast. I didn't even mention my own podcast in there, but I do have one. So, you know, if you're missing anything else, tarotbyhillary.com. That's the reason why I display it every single time. That way you can go, you can book a reading with me, you can book tarot tutoring with me. Also, I am an emotional freedom technique practitioner. That's tapping on yourself while talking about affirmations, working through issues. There's a page on my website all about that work. I just got certified in the spring. So, and I combine tarot with EFT too, and I think in a very unusual way. So check that out. So Dylan says it's a fantastic site. You did a great job, and yes, please more books. Yeah, I have to, right? So yeah, there's so many people that I need to thank. I thank, put this down. So again, this was unboxing my author copies of my first book. Okay, now I am getting emotional. Happy tears, happy tears. So this is my first book, How to Read Tarot. Profiles, guided exercises, and reference charts. It has the lovers on the cover. And, you know, first person I have to thank is Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. If you want to know more about the Tarot Lady, it's just thetarotlady.com. She is a published author, really, really good books, and she no longer reads for the public. And that was a very deliberate decision for her so that she could write the books that she wants to write. So if you want to work with her directly, the best way to do that is to subscribe to her Patreon. You can find more information about that on her website, thetarotlady.com. She is also an astrologer as well. So even though she's called the Tarot Lady, she does do astrology as well. So highly, highly recommend her. And if not for her Tarot Apprentice contest back in the spring of 2011, I would not be a professional tarot reader. I would not be to the level that I am. She's responsible for me writing this book because they originally approached her first, and she recommended me because she had a conflict of interest because one of her new books was coming out at the same time. So because of that conflict of interest, they considered me, and you know, the rest is history. So thank you to Teresa Reed. Thank you to Dylan Dilly, who's in this chat. She's my bestie, ride or die. And she's also a very, very good reader in her own right and medium, one of the most natural mediums I've ever met. So if you're looking for a reading as well, if it's not me, I mean, I do readings. I do read for the public, but you can connect with Lizzie. Lizzie, go ahead and put your information into the chat. I'd have to be Dylan Dilly. Her name's Lizzie, but Dylan Dilly. Put your information into the chat so people can book with you as well if they would like to. Oh, Amanda's here on the Gram of Insta. Amanda, look what came in. Look what came in. It's my book. It's my book. So I want to also thank Mr. Tarot by Hillary, who I always refer to as Mr. Tarot by Hillary because I don't know how public he wants to be sometimes. But he had to deal with me writing this book on a very, very short time frame. And I wrote most of it sitting here. This is actually our bedroom. And so he had to deal with me pacing back and forth and crying and being like, I don't know if I have anything to say. And then I was just like, I don't know how I pare this down. I don't. So how does, like long, it must be hard for him sometimes. So big shout out to him. I know it's not easy. For him to be married to a psychic and a tarot reader and now an author. So yeah, Amanda says, oh my God, it's in your hands. I know, right? And Bob is here too. Hi, Bob. Huzzah, huzzah. So yeah, so I want to thank him as well. And thank him for keeping me sane. Like how does these Post-it notes of the chapters become this? It's because you have someone keeping you sane as you're writing it. Also want to thank my family too, my mom and my sister, who, it's really funny to just watch them ask me for my business cards and, put them everywhere, and it's just nice to have that kind of support. Thank you to Melissa and Jamie, my fellow co-hosts of the Card Slingers Coast to Coast podcast. You can find that wherever you subscribe to your podcasts. I also do have information on the podcast that I'm on my website, tarotbyhillary.com/podcasts. And they are both published authors, and I was the only one that wasn't. So I kind of felt weird about it, but now all three of us are published authors and tarot readers and published tarot authors. Yeah. Bob says, because despite what some would have you believe, no one is all alone. Exactly. That's the reason why I'm shouting people out, because I wasn't able to do so. I didn't have the room in here. And there are so many people. And if I don't name you directly, I'm sorry. I just can't name it. It feels like an Oscar speech, honestly. And of course, my Dylan, our coven, Courtney Weber, author of Tarot for One, and she is also the author of Bridget and Hecate and the Morrigan, and and she's also my former high priestess as well. And she's an awesome tarot reader too. Look her up, CourtneyAWeber.com. And she has these fantastic TikToks, Talk of Ticks, with tarot card interpretations, and actually watching her stuff go viral and her interpretations be questioned in the comments. Like, whoa, this person's book did this. I was like, that gave me pause more than anything else when I was writing this. And then I was just like, oh, well, Courtney's awesome at the tarot. And it's just like, okay, so like, no matter what I do, there are people that are not going to like this book. There are people that are, and you know what? For those people, like, if you hate this book, you don't have to buy it. And if you love me, and if you usually follow me, or you're part of the live stream every week, oh yeah, let me shout out Benevolent Corvus, who's my mentee right now. Sophia, she's awesome. Let me shout out Katie, who is usually a part of the Friday night live stream. I mean, Bob is absolutely right. You can't do it alone. No one is ever alone. There's so many other people, really. Thank you to my publishers. Geez. Now I understand it. Now I understand when people give an Emmy speech or an Oscar speech and they forget to thank someone very, very vital. That's the reason why they always thank the Academy, because the Academy chose them. Like, thank you, Flame Tree Publishing. Thank you to Josie. Thank you. Oh, new book smell. So Flame Tree Publishing and Simon and Schuster is the distributor here in the United States. And, if you like this, let me know and let my publisher know so they maybe can do more of stuff with me. Oh gosh, what else? I'm sure there's more. Let's see. Let me look in the. Oh, good. Oh my goodness. Oya's girl says, I am looking forward to getting your book, Hillary. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you're just like, oh my God, she came out with a book. How did I not know this? You can just go to my website, tarotbyhillary.com, and then just put /book, and all the information is there, including links to where you can find it to buy it. And it is on IndieBound as well, and the Barnes and Noble website. So you don't have to get it directly from the publisher. You can get it in all sorts of places, and also ask your bookstore. Ask your bookstore, like the information is there with the ISBN so that you're buying the right book. There's a couple books on the market right now that are called How to Read Tarot, but this is the one that I wrote with this cover and the lovers on the cover from Flame Tree Publishing. But like, yeah, ask your local independent bookstore to get you a copy of my book. They can do it. Dylan says it's a fantastic site. You did a great job, and yes, please, more books. I love this all so much. And No Soul Left Behind says, oh, as an empath, I can feel your pride. Thank you. Yes, I am very proud. Yes, Dylan's also mentioning the AstroBiz Digest, which Teresa Reed does, the tarot lady. And I often read from the AstroBiz Digest for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on the Friday night live streams. Just to give you a taste of how good it is. And then I won't give away all of it, but I really do encourage people to get a copy of their own. It's $99 for the year, and you get astrology in layman's terms to your inbox. It's fantastic. It's really, really good. $99 for the year? Come on. It's a steal. Dylan says, wifey lifey, and thank you so much. Yeah. Ooh, Dylan, you didn't tell me that. Honestly, connecting with me here is best. I'm fixing my website right now. Ooh, I need to see it. Inquiring minds want to know. Writing is like birthing a child. I don't have a comparison. I don't think having a child is in the cards for me, or I don't really want it. So I'll just have to do with book babies and fur babies eventually. Okay, I've got to go because I need to eat lunch. But thank you all for rolling with my super unexpected emergency live stream of unboxing my author copies of How to Read Tarot. And also, I want you guys to do me a favor. If you've already pre-ordered and you're starting to receive copies of my book, please take a picture of yourself holding up my book or open it to a spread or whatever and tag me on social media. Thank you so much, Amanda. Tag me on social media. My handle on social media is Tarot by Hillary. No underscores, no numbers after it, and Hillary with one L. Tarot by Hillary. I'm on the gram of Insta, the Tube of You I'm on as Hillary Tarot. That's like the only difference. But most other places, like I'm on the Twitter, the Bird app, I guess, as Tarot by Hillary. So you can find me there. Please tag me if you receive a copy of my book. I want to see all of your smiling faces. And if you know me or you're in my geographical area and you want me to sign your copy, just let me know. I would be happy to do so. There's no real plans for like a book signing or a book launch or anything like that, because it is like, that's just not. There is no plans from my publisher or official book launch plans. But I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I have to go. Let's see. Um, love and light, everyone. Thanks for the warm welcome. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you on Friday on my live stream if you can make it. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I usually broadcast. Hold on, let me put. So regularly, I do the regular live stream on Friday nights at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love to have you. It's always more fun showing up live, and I broadcast that on the Tube of You and the Book of Face, and that's where to find me. And please, if you enjoy this video or any of my other video, like the archives are huge, go into the archives. I think there is a little search bar too on the Tube of You where, if you're looking for more instruction on the court cards, we did it. We did it. We did it in 2 parts. It's long, but if you're having trouble with like the Knights of the Tarot and not anything else, then you can just scroll to the Knights and get your information that way. But yeah, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. But we usually broadcast Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this Friday, we are going to be doing spooky story time because it is our Halloween tradition. Because I didn't expect to be receiving my copies of my book before then. So this is our spooky story time. And I also, the Friday after that, I believe I will be talking with Jenna Matlin about her new book, which is, I think it's called Will You Give Me a Reading? It's from Llewellyn. The publisher is Llewellyn. And we were just making plans. I was writing an email to her when my buzzer rang and my offer copies came in. So how's that for divine timing, everybody? Yes, I can't wait. So Dylan says, "Oh, I'll be tagging you with this book." Look, I look forward to it. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will catch you again on Friday for spooky story time. Thank you all so much for watching this quick edition or relatively quick. It's been an hour and a half, but of the show. Surprise edition, surprise unboxing of my book. All right, I'm going to end it here, and I will put in my normal end stream so you can check out other videos for the Tube of You, that is. All right, bye. And once again, you can book with me on my website, tarotbyhillary.com. Okay, I'm really going now. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, can I not? It won't let me hide. Oh, well. I guess I can't hide it. Yeah. Let me see. Let me try. Nope, won't let me hide it. Oh, well. Bye. For some reason, this is not ending, and I don't know why. The works are gummed up. I will try and... Yeah. Don't you love the tech difficulties? It's not... Nothing is happening right now. Oh. I think my mouse ran out of juice. This is not good. All right, I guess I'll try opening and closing. Lovely. Yeah, I think my mouse ran out of juice, so that might have... Hopefully you don't hear my husband in the other room. All right, let's try this again. Hopefully, bye, everybody. Yeah, I do not know why this is still going on. Not good. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, bye everybody. Hopefully this works.